Good evening, everybody, and welcome to this evening's We Meditation session. My name is Gabriel Klanen, and this is.
Guess that is.
So, today uh, we'll be going through the usual initial introductory meditation, and in addition to that, we'll have a small topic, and today's topic will be about the Nabi Chakra, balance, and peace, and how we can enable and nourish these qualities within us. Now, before we get to the practical matter at hand today, we'll just give a small introduction to what Sahaja Yoga is. Now, bear with us for a moment if you've heard of us before, but this is also for the people who are not on Zoom, but perhaps on Facebook, Instagram, Twitch, or on another streaming platform. So, Sahaja Yoga meditation has been around for 50 years. It was brought to us by Shamaji Nirmala Devi, and it's a simple, straightforward way of achieving one's self-realization or a innate connection with that energy which is both internal, maternal, and one that elevates us and takes us beyond the realm of our thoughts into a boundless space of peace and tranquility. Now that's the small pitch for today. And if you are not sure what we'll be doing here, we'll be working on our subtle system. Now, our subtle system is composed, as you already probably know very well by now, that there are seven chakras and three channels. Now, for today's topic, we'll be talking about the third chakra, or the Nabhi Chakra. Nabhi in Sanskrit just means navel, so we will be talking about the chakra that takes care of the area of our stomach. It is also known as the Manipur Chakra, and some people might know it as the solar plexus. Now, for today's topic, we'll be going through the three specific modalities or sides to the Nabhi Chakra, that being its left aspect relating to the private life, the right aspect relating to our public life, and the center aspect that relates to the interrelation between both the private and the public life, that being the sense of Dharma within us. So for you who have or are not aware of what Dharma means, it is a multifaceted word, originating, of course, from India, and it relates to, in a way, norms, customs, virtues, and the right way to do things in a very simple manner, to put it like that. And this third chakra uh, is the source of this inner stability and peace, because when we work within the bounds, rules, norms, and laws that govern the internal realm, then we are in a concordance and a harmony with our inner self. And that is what we're striving towards in Sahaja Yoga meditation, this inner harmony, this inner union between that which is within and that which is without. Now, to go a bit further into the Nabhi Chakra and the different aspects we talked about. So, the Nabhi Chakra has 10 petals, and these 10 petals work in unison to coordinate the activities of balance within us. Now, on a very gross and physical level, it is connected to our digestive system. It is also connected to our liver, and it's also connected to the other auxiliary organs that help us digest our food, such as the spleen. Now, when these different components within our stomach work together, they help us achieve that sustenance. And it's really that key quality of sustenance that gives us the ability to make our meditation stable. That sustenance is the nourishing quality that we can foster within ourselves. And also, if we have a strong Nabhi chakra, we can also enable this quality in others. Now, the Nabhi chakra, the color of a Nabhi is green. Now, the green relates much to um, also the element that is connected to the Nabhi chakra. So, as we know, the Muladhara chakra is the earth, that's the foundation. Then, rising above the earth, We have the realm of creation, known as the Bhava Sagra, or the ocean of illusion. Now, this ocean of illusion circulates around the Nabi Chakra, which contains the elements of the water. Now, even though we say the Nabi Chakra is the third chakra, it is actually the second chakra if we look at it in a manner of ascension and gradations. Because the Swadhisthana chakra, which is the creative aspect within us, as you might remember, the creative potential within us, that circulates around the Nabi chakra, and there is a symbiosis between the Swadhisthana and the Nabi, and they together create this ocean of illusion. Now, this ocean of illusion can be understood as the material world within which we inhabit. It's our daily environment and scene where we contribute. Um, and it's easy to become entangled and lost in the various illusions, facades, and predicaments that come towards us on a daily basis. And it is through strengthening these inner principles of balance and sustenance that we're able to coast our way through this ocean of illusion and ascend to the level of the heart chakra. Now, the biggest problems with the Nabi is if we become really entangled in the material and physical aspects of life. And this is, of course, related directly to the aspects such as greed. So, and greed, lethargy, and consumption. So, it's important to be able to bring these specific desires and these different impetuses in balance within us. And that's by really working on the principles of our Nabi chakra. Now, as I mentioned before, the balance is threefold and it works in three different aspects because it is connected both to the left channel and the right channel and to the center channel. And it's important to bring these all into a unison and harmony. Now, today in the further meditation, we'll be just working a bit on the different aspects. But just as a recap, as I mentioned earlier, when our private life or our home life is in balance, that gives us certain peace and joy. And that's very much related to the left aspect of the Nabi chakra. So when our home, our family works together, then there is a innate peace and harmony and stability that's conferred to us from this working element. On the right hand side, which is very much connected to our attention and our active extroverted doing. Now, this right Nabi is very much to do with our public life and our jobs. It's much to do with the work that we put in. Now, our work is very much interrelated to the aspect of Dharma because we have to contribute in order to receive, we have to give in order to take. So there is a constant circulation that happens, there is a constant generation, there is a aspect of generosity that is very much prevalent in the Nabi chakra. And it is when we understand this innate dharma that's within all of us, the work that we have to do in order to sustain ourselves, then we establish that first sense of peace. Now, if you any of you know, I mean, it's very known, is the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And if you look at the hierarchy of needs, at the bottom of the pyramid, we have to establish that foundation of food, of work, because that's the basic primal needs. And before, if these needs are not established, then we won't be able to ascend in meditation. So, in a way, which is good to remember, is that we sequentially work through the chakras. And as we pass each chakra and as we establish it, enable it, and engage it with the rest of the subtle system, then we are able to proceed to the next chakra. So it's important to be able to identify if there is a catch or if there's a problem that might affect your Nabi chakra, and then take steps in order to facilitate mitigating those problems in the foreseeable future. Now, of course, after the meditation today, if you have any other questions relating to the Nabhi chakra and how we can really work on it, we'll be more than happy to answer your questions. But for now, we can leave the chatter to a minimum and go to the first initial meditation, and then after that into the second part of the meditation on the Nabi Chakra. Thank you for listening. Kestutis?
Thank you, Gabriel, for such a lovely introduction. So, just before we dive into the first part of tonight's meditation, I'm quickly going to describe what we're going to do. It doesn't require much, it only requires your desire and attention. Just so, we're going to take our right hand, our left hand will keep it palm open on our lap, and with our right hand we'll place it on different parts on the left side of our body. Why left? Because the left side of our body, the left side of our subtle system, represents our potential energy, which contains our desires. So we're going to place our right hand on our heart initially, then we'll move down on the left side of our abdomen, then just below it right here. Then we'll bring back our hand on our heart. Then we'll move it up on the left side of our neck, and over here we can slightly tilt our head to the right. Then we'll bring it up on our forehead. At this point we can let our forehead rest gently in our palm. And finally we will stretch out our palm and place it right here on top of our head, where the fontanel bone area is located. Just try to feel it now for yourselves. It must be quite soft and gentle. If you press downwards, you might feel this softness. And we'll bring our right hand back to our lap, and afterwards I'll guide you into the second part of tonight's meditation. So let us begin by closing our eyes. Let us take a few deep breaths in and slowly exhale. And as we exhale, we can let go of any tension that is still present in our body. Let us bring our right hand onto our heart. And here we can begin to have an inner dialogue with our innermost selves. So there is no need to say it out loud. Do it whichever way you feel more comfortable with. We can ask ourselves, who am I? Who am I really? You can also ask the innate motherly energy, Kundalini, which is within us, which is the dormant potential energy within every one of us and connects us to each other as well as the living world. Mother Kundalini, who am I really? Let us take a few moments to introspect on this question. Mother Kundalini, who am I really? We can bring our right hand on the left side of our abdomen, on the left side of Nabi Chakra. And here we can affirm, Mother Kundalini, verily, I am my own master. I am my own teacher. As the left side of Nabi Chakra is in charge of our relationship with our personal life, we want to affirm to ourselves that we are indeed masters of our innermost world. Mother Kundalini, verily, I am my own master. I am my own teacher. Let us bring our right hand down on the left side of our hip. And here we can address this potential energy, this subtle, nurturing, motherly energy Kundalini once again. We can ask her, Mother Kundalini, please grant me the pure knowledge about myself. Please awaken within me and allow me to experience the union with you, with my subtle self. Mother Kundalini, please grant me the pure knowledge about myself. We can bring our right hand back onto our heart, and here we can affirm, Mother Kundalini, verily, I am not this body, I am not this mind, I am not these emotions, nor these thoughts. I am the pure spirit that resides deep in my heart and gives me joy, awareness, and bliss. Mother Kundalini, verily, I am the pure spirit. Let us bring our hand up on the left side of our shoulder, just where our shoulder meets our neck. And we can tilt our head to the right. We can take a few moments to feel this area. If it's tense, we can gently massage it so that it relaxes. And here we can affirm, Mother Kundalini, I am not guilty. Verily, I am the spirit which is not guilty, which is pure. Mother Kundalini, I am not guilty. We can bring our hand up across our forehead, and here we can slightly tilt our head forward so that it rests in our hand. Mother Kundalini, I forgive. I forgive myself as well as others. I forgive everyone. I forgive. Mother Kundalini, I forgive everyone, including myself. I forgive. Verily, I forgive. Let us bring our hand up on top of our head, and let's take a few moments to locate the fontanelle bone area, which is right in the middle of our scalp. And here we can stretch out our palm and gently push it downwards. And now we can rotate it in a clockwise direction, our head being the clock. So we go left, forward, right. And here we can humbly ask Mother Kundalini, please grant me self-realization. Please allow me to experience the full integration of my subtle system, of my subtle innate qualities that already reside within. Can raise our hand slightly above our head and see whether we can detect any sensations. The sensations might be pleasant or unpleasant. They might be cold or warm. We can just detect it for ourselves and treat it as a hypothesis, just like any empiricist would. And now we can return our right hand to our lap. And let us begin the second part of this meditation by taking our left hand and placing it on the right abdomen. And as Gabriel has described and explained in today's introduction, the right aspect of Nabi Chakra relates to our public life. It gives us dignity, Dharma, and attention. So if we use this energy center too much, our liver heats up and our attention runs loose. So here we can again address our motherly energy, Kundalini. Mother Kundalini, please steady my attention. Please cool my liver. Allow me to be in the present. Mother Kundalini, please make me a dignified person. Mother Kundalini, please steady my attention. Please bring it within. We can return our left hand to our lap. And now we can take our right hand and place it on our stomach, just where the navel area is. And as Gabriel has explained, the qualities of Center Nabhi are peace, sustenance, and satisfaction. So here again we can address our motherly energy, Kundalini. Mother Kundalini, please make me peaceful and satisfied with what I already possess. Please allow me to feel the contentment so that I can steadily ascend and fulfill my Dharma. Mother Kundalini, please make me see the illusions of the material and superficial. Please make me detached from them so that I can enjoy them and yet follow my true path of sustenance and spirituality. We can bring our right hand back to our lap, and for a few deep moments, let us remain in silent meditation. And if we still experience any thoughts, or we catch our attention drifting away, we can say, "Not this thought," and bring our attention within. we are ready, we can conclude this meditation by bringing our hands together and slightly bowing to this innate energy that's within us, the Kundalini energy, and open our eyes.
Thank you for joining us. If you have any questions, so the people on Zoom, if you have any questions related to today's topic, you can ask away. Okay, so what is Dharma? So we can just mention that a bit more. So when you have Dharma, there's no drama. Uh, to put it in a easy way, you can always Wikipedia it afterwards, but Dharma is a concept that originates from India. Dharma relates to one's kind of purpose or meaning in life. It relates to also boundaries and conduct. And it's kind of, there's no direct translation that really works in the English language for this concept. But essentially, when you are in your Dharma, when you're working with your Dharma and acting through it, then you are on a balanced path. Then both of your aspects of your personal and your public life are in harmony. So that gives you that innate stability. And when you have that innate stability, then you can ascend from that. And you know which way you have to go. It's a very subtle quality, but with further meditation, you can introspect and also perceive what is the innate Dharma for yourself. So for every single person, it's slightly different. There is a general Dharma, which is one that covers how everybody is to behave or conduct. But then there's also the personal Dharma. So it's to understand that there's more than one level to this word. But hopefully this answers your question a bit more. If you're curious, you can always check wemeditate.co on the Nabi Chakra, or you can also just Wikipedia Dharma and read up more about what it means. Any further questions? If you have questions on Facebook or on another streaming platform, then feel free to drop us a question on Messenger and we'll try to catch you later after the session.
Can I ask you a question on Zoom?
Yeah, fire away.
I'm a little confused about how where are the boundaries between the Nabi and the void. I'm getting a little confused there.
Mm-hmm. Great question.
And
So that's
why it goes around the Nabi. So could you explain those three?
So the void, the Nabi, and what was the third?
The third one, you said the Svadhisthana goes around the Nabi.
Yes, correct.
The void goes around the Nabi. So
that's correct. Yeah. So it's to understand that the center point is the Nabi. That's the gravity point, really. And the Nabi, the Swadhisthana is connected to the Nabi, and there's a chain in between. And the distance, the circumference that it creates the Nabi as it rotates around that center, all of that area that covers, that is then the Bhavasagara, or also known as the void. That is the area of creation that materializes with the symphony and the synergy between these two chakras. So that's hopefully helpful in understanding the relationship between Nabi, Swadhisthana, and the area in between these two, that's the void. Is that clear?
Getting there. Can we clarify? So when you're saying, okay, I'm my own master's on my left side, you are my master, your mother are my masters on the right side. Is it the left side, the right side? When we say the abdomen, are we talking about the Nabi, the void, or the Svadhisthana?
That's a great clarification question. So the void is to do with that master principle. So that's when we put the hand on the abdomen, that first one we did, that relates to the principle of the void, the mastery. Because when we have a mastery of ourselves, then we can find the right path through these entanglements that might try to obstruct us. So you're right in that matter, that the first affirmation we did was for the void. And then afterwards, when we did the one for the attention and the satisfaction in the middle, that was specifically to do with the Nabi Chakra.
Thanks.
Okay, great. Any additional points you wanted to add, Kes, about the Nabi Chakra that I might have forgot to gloss over?
It's quite extensive.
Okay, okay, good. Is there anything else that was still confusing or outstanding? We can still cover it as there's time. Now's the moment. No need to be shy. Practical ways of keeping the Nabi in balance. I think that's a few pointers we could give. One is paying more attention to nature, actually. So, as we mentioned earlier, the Nabi Chakra is governed by the color of the Nabi Chakra is green. So when we pay more attention to the natural green colors in our surroundings, then there's a balance and peace that is emitted from them. So now it's great when we have spring in the northern hemisphere coming towards us. We can pay attention to the natural blossoming that happens around. And when we pay more attention to that which is natural, that which is handmade, that also brings a certain settlement within our Nabi Chakra. Another aspect is generosity. So the ability to share and not hog things for oneself, and to put others' needs before one's own. So these simple practical tips are helpful in kind of getting a grounding with the Nabi Chakra and seeing what it can really give to others and not just to oneself. Any other tips, Kes?
Just not stressing out too much, staying
Yeah.
relaxed.
Yeah, so of course you might have heard of having butterflies in your stomach as a sense of unsettlement or mis-ease in your stomach. So that is in a way when the Nabi Chakra is a bit tensed or a bit stressed. And as you might have noticed, some people also react to their stomach with their digestion, depending on their state or their mood. So digestion is also very much interlinked with our Nabi Chakra. And you can, on a very practical level, you can see whether your stomach is at peace or not. So it's working with certain aspects and bringing it into balance. But if you have any more questions, feel free to fire away.
I have a question.
Please.
Thank you. I wondered about the guilty aspect, that to say that we're not guilty. I thought it was slightly sort of a practical question. I thought it was to the side, not sort of lower down, as you described. So I had it like literally on my neck rather than the moment sort of joining the shoulder.
Okay, so you mean the location where we put the hand?
Yeah.
Kes, do you want to clarify?
Oh, it's just this area between your left shoulder and your left neck. So it's right here. I'm not sure if you can see clearly.
Yeah.
It's just here where your trapezium is located, basically.
Okay. Great. That's great.
So did you put your hand here for the guilt part?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay, I guess because the Vishuddhi chakra, which is the fifth center, covers also the throat and it does stretch to the shoulders. So you can kind of place it anywhere in between this region and it'll still have the same effect in most cases.
Okay, thank you.
Great.
I did wonder, sorry, I've got another question, but it was just to say, with the I know we didn't do it today, but in another session, there's been talking of having no guilt, saying you forgive, and then at the back of the head to say, to ask for, to apologize, or to say if I've made mistakes. I get a bit confused about having no guilt, but then acknowledging mistakes. That I think conflicts my mind a bit. I wondered if you could clarify a bit there.
If it's paradoxical, you mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
Cass, you want to?
So I suppose you admit that you've done mistakes, but you do not feel guilty about it. So you ask your innate energy for forgiveness for the actions that have already taken place, but then you don't really get attached to those actions. And the guilt, it's a bit of a multifaceted concept, I suppose, because it comes from many different sources. Can also come directly down from your ego, which is located here.
And also, if we usually do the one for the back of the head, only if you specifically feel also that there's obstruction there. So if there's a tightness, if there's heat, and if it's on the hands, it's located on the left ring finger. If that's feeling a bit warm or a bit tense, then you can say a certain affirmation for the back of the head. And also, I think for Kessa's point, yeah, it's important to mention that if it was a mistake, it's about coming face to face with it and then understanding through the error, because to be human is to err. And from that, we can kind of develop and go forwards.
But to not get attached to perhaps tying myself down with having done something wrong and growing guilt, as it were.
Kind of dwelling in the guilt and not being absorbed into it, but rather being able to rise above it, but also facing it and then rise.
But okay, amazing. Thank you. That's really helped.
Great. Actually, we're gonna take our pin off from here so we can see if who else is here, so we can get the whole gallery. So if you feel like also seeing us face to face, then feel free to put your video on. So if you have any further questions, we're here still until usually about 9. So we've still got a lot of time if you want to ask any further questions. And I'm sure you might still have a few more left. Hello. Actually, a fun question. Is this anybody's first time meditating with us? I'll take that as a all-round no. Yeah. So feel free to think of any specific question. It can be Nabi Chakra related or related to another center, or even just daily meditation or practical aspects of what we do and how we do it. Okay, we have one question in the chat. Okay, yeah, well, that's good. Yeah, headaches can be much to do with definitely the 6th energy center of Agnya and overusing that too much. And there's simple ways to mitigate that feeling as well. So usually forgiveness, and then just taking it a bit more easy. And the simple idea of just closing your eyes in meditation is great to calm down that center.
I had another question, if there's space.
Yes, of course.
It was just to ask about the eyes, actually, since that came up. I always notice that there's more balance eye to eye after meditating, but I wondered if there was particular understanding around, it's always on my left side that my eye aches or feels like it's almost like there's movement that not never, but often doesn't feel like it's balanced, almost like energetically like heavier or moving somehow. Which,
the left eye?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's actually, if you've noticed that within yourself, then that could also, there's ways to kind of clear that center out. So the sixth energy center of Agnya is very much to do with our sight and the crossing of the optic chiasm and the head. And the technique to clear the vision area or this is to just use a candle flame. And so if you have a small candle flame when you're meditating, you can look through that candle flame and it will help to clear out. Just see that it's on the left side over here. Don't put it right up in your face so you don't burn your eyebrows. That's happened sometimes, and it's not a pretty result. So just keep it a bit further off. And looking through the light helps to clear this center. So definitely, if you're keeping your eyes closed and you feel a bit unsettled or movement around there, then it's good to use a bit of flame just to clear that area out, because flame is a purifying element, purifying factor that can bring then that purifying within the eye and clear anything out that might be obstructing within there. So give it a try if you want. It just can be a small candle flame. Look through it for a moment, see how you feel.
Okay, very cool. Thank you.
Welcome. So if there are no... Oh, there's one question in the chat. How does it feel when the heart chakra opens?
Oh, feels good.
That's a nice one. Tess, you want to take that one?
So personally, I've had my heart chakra open on a few different occasions, and on some occasions it was more pronounced than on the others. And then when it's really strong, when your heart chakra is really open, it seems that you just feel so much appreciation and joy and really detached love for everyone and everything, that you're just the happiest person in the whole world. That's at least my feeling. It's very subtle. It reflects in your inner state as well, the way you approach others and just the way you feel within, I suppose.
It's definitely hard to put into words, but the heart chakra, it's when it does open, it's beautiful, but it can so very easily also close in on itself if it's not nourished with that essential component of compassion and love. And it's really with that humility that we're able to really help the petals of that chakra to open out. But yeah, it's a challenge also for me personally, and I'm guess for many others also, to keep that chakra open. But for me, I've noticed the best is silence. Silence and introspection, and then also settling into that sense of self that's located in the area of the chest. And that really happens by not really doing much, but it's a wonderful and fantastic and cathartic feeling when the heart chakra opens out. There was an additional question. At the beginning of Sahaj Yoga, I always had a very strange feeling on my heart. Can't describe the feeling very good. Strange feeling as in pressure, or strange feeling as in heatness? Can you clarify, Clarche, a bit more? Lightness. Oh. But does it feel, Clarche, does it feel odd somehow, uncomfortable? Okay. I mean, if it's a lightness and it's a good feeling, that's just thumbs up then. It's wonderful then that's working out, and keeping that chakra open is essential. But if there's no other questions for tonight, you can join us again on Thursday for another meditation session in the European time zone. That's all from me, Gabriel, and that's all from Kes as well. So if you have any further questions, please feel free to email us or send us a message on Messenger or on another platform. But we'll be seeing you later. So take care and great meditations. Bye for now.
For now.